So we will do that. We will do that when we are there. But from where we started off was. So when we are doing this mapping right over here, we need to be very much sure about the data model that we map it to. But if we have one-to-one relationship wherever we are, one-to-many relationship, we need to be careful of that part. And then many-to-many relationships and creative strategy and exchange columns we do. Cool. These things have been done. Yeah. So now, if you have, from here you can just check our data stream types as dataset, as verification. We have seen that. How to do that? Mapping and unmapping. Also we have done the left and right of the model field. There can be unmapped fields which you need to map. Yeah. So you can create custom fields by using formless. And you can map your device and stuff. So if you have mapped your device and if you want to write any formulas, you can go ahead and write a formula. We will do formless. This is not something that I want to spend much time now. Oh yeah. This is a small thing. This is like whenever you are in a data set and whenever you have mapped your data, always to go and verify it from the paper table. Because that's how you know that you have mapped it pretty well. And whenever there are custom columns coming in, you need to be pretty much aware of what are custom columns and how to deal with custom columns. And how do they deal with your native columns? This is very important. Why? Because think about a situation whereby you have created a calculated dimension or a calculated measurement. Now a calculated measurement is created at a workspace level and not specific to any particular data stream. What I mean is when you create a CPC calculation in your custom measurement, when you go ahead and you do a calculated measurement, when you create for measurements in Datorama. It doesn't belong to only my data stream or Google data stream or Ads data stream or anything. No, that is true for the entire workspace. In any of your view. When you want a CPC to be highlighted where there is clicks and impressions and you want CPC, you can drag that calculated measurement in there. Right. So whenever you drag that calculated measurement in, we need to be sure that you know how it reacts to the native variables like impressions or clicks. These are native variables in your dataset. And when you drag this column of CPC, we need to be sure that this is reciprocating well with all the already present columns in here. Correct. And when you are sure about it, then you need to proceed towards the next. So in this terms pivoting is very helpful. Okay, so see, it got created. Now what I need to do is suppose I have calculated measurements that I have dragged in. So always what I'll do is, once it is created, we need to go and check it in the pivot table. Right. So I need to be aware of the dates, what I have. So I have to see if I'm interested in May. So I can go ahead and May is on the selected. So I can choose a campaign name. And if you want to see how your data has been updated, so you can go over here, choose a campaign name. Choose your campaign key campaign name and apply. Yeah. So what happens? The pivot table gives you a first time. Like in May 8th to May 15th, 18th of the campaign keys and the media cost, and it gives you a total of. So what happens is now you know that. Okay, for all my campaigns that I have in my file or in my data, I'm sure that things are working properly and I am getting a first-hand preview of how my data looks like. You can very well export a pivot as well. You can create a widget. You can schedule an export. You can export it as a flat table, like you created something like this, and you can actually create a widget out of it. So if you create a widget, what happens is it goes to your, whatever workspace you want it to go to, and you can create a widget. Okay, and you can verify whatever is there. Now comes this part, which I wanted to touch base on, that is, automating the process. So now everyone, are we good? How to create a data stream, basic 1. We're good, right? Any questions? Yeah, we're good. Cool. Now comes the automating part of it. Like not automating, but hey hi, yeah. Actually I have a question over here like. Is there any particular date format for this need to be followed? Because the date format won't be uniform from different portals. And if we compare different values between different portals, there will be an issue because of this date format. Is there any way to correct those things? Yeah, so what happens is, whenever you upload in any form, be it, D, M, Y, M, D, or any sort of things, whatever format you want to upload, you can and Datorama recognizes it. So there is no fixed date format that you need to follow or any default date format, as in, tools like Alteryx or middleware tools. They have a specific date type that they want to. But Salesforce uses D, and then SS. So, whatever zone or whatever time or whatever date you want to add in Salesforce. I think, I don't think, but you can basically map it to the date format and you don't need to change it off. Yeah, so in mapping itself. Yeah, so if you go to date format, sorry. If you go to previous source. Now we're here. When you see your date right, your date column gets mapped in here. So if you just go ahead and check. So it's SS, format right. Now, if you want to make a change to it, you can go ahead and use any of the formats or use a custom format for yourself. Okay. After that we are previewing the data. Can we do preview? Can we preview the data after doing AP? I also. API connection. Yeah. So that's a good question. Yeah. So, with API, is what we need to do. Do we have this view in API? Try to recollect. I don't think so.